Hey guys, welcome back to the AnKorage where everything is awesome and Solaria needs a facelift. Hey there, welcome back, and we are going to be starting on the next project, which is regarding Solaria. And my last video for Solaria had to deal with that expansion card for the USB ports, and I've had this one particular idea that I've been thinking about, and so what it involves is a facelift that doesn't require any mangling. So there's no cutting, no stretching, no pulling, no tearing off or anything like that. This is actually a little bit of makeup, as it were. So I went out and I bought this. This is a clear lacquer and it's frosted. So of course on this lid, as you can see, it looks kind of light gray and such. However, the idea is it's clear, and with what it's going to be applied to is that it's going to match along with the color of glass that is being put over. So this is the idea. And you probably can't see them all that well. However, these are the fronts of the Solaria on the left and Odin on the right. And this front section here, this is glass, and it's glossy, and it looks nice and everything like that. However, those decals down at the bottom, those are vinyl decals, and the longevity of those is good. However, according to A1 Decals, which sells them, and I imagine this applies to any vinyl decals, is that you stick them on and they look great and everything like that, but they may not actually last forever. And I'd like to get a lot more time on it and stuff like that. And the only way to do that is to cover it with something. On the sides, the side panels, those are glass, and it's a smoked glass, and they actually, I applied the vinyl decal on the inside of the glass, and then I went back over it with some spray paint, chalkboard paint, and what that accomplished was sealing it over so that they can't peel off. So I wanted to do something similar to this one here. This side, those decals are, they're exposed, and I actually want to apply this lacquer to actually cover and seal those decals on, and also give this a nice finish. So I am going to pull these off here. So I'm going to have to do that off camera. So it's not a big deal. And we'll talk about the next part. Okay, I've peeled those off and popped them off of the fronts of the machines, and you can see what I've done here. There's a little bit of dust in there. I'm gonna have to vacuum those off or blow them off with compressed air. But as you can see, these fans are, they're on the inside behind the bracket. Now, when these were first bought, those fans were on the front. But as we can see here, if I take one, this is Odin's. If you look on the inside of it here, this is a better angle. There's the mesh right there. So this is the intake or the inlet for air to come in. But with those fans on the front, you can see here, they would actually be causing a bit of a blockage of sorts, or making it more difficult for the air to get into the actual case. So by putting them behind the bracket, what it does is it clears this airspace and allows air to come in and then straight back. Because before they were coming in, going out and around and then in. So by putting them back there, they can have a more direct path. Okay, so I've taken the those two fronts and I'm sitting at the couch. So I'm at the coffee table. And, as you can see, we can see evidence here of one of the reasons why I want to kind of seal that decal onto the glass. And if you look right here, you can see a little bit of corner kind of poking up. So I'm going to have to adhere that back down. And I am actually, where did it go? Here it is. Ugh. I'm just going to use some clear nail polish, essentially. It's a strengthener for, nails and stuff like that. This is also useful in other applications, so not just for fingernails. You can use it for a situation like this. All you need is just the tiniest little smudge of it on the vinyl, and just push it down back against the glass. So that's what I'm going to do. Hi, folks. There we go. So I have a little piece of gift wrap tape here, important on the gift wrap because it comes off of glass very nicely. And I'm just going to lay it over it to push it down against the glass. And we're going to let that dry. And then when it's dry, I will slowly peel this off. All right, so it's been a little over a half hour. So we're going to come in here. And what I'm going to do is, you can kind of see that black spot right there. That's the only spot that there's actually any tape really pushed down onto the glass. You might be able to see a little bit of dark green in this area. That's where it's touching the vinyl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this corner gently. Try to bunch it up so I can get my thumb on my finger under it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it like this. And gently. Like that. And there we go. And you can see that corner. It's down onto the glass. And there we go. So now we can move to the next part, which is the actual application of the lacquer. So let's go do that. Okay, so now I have to do this one at a time because I don't have really enough space on it. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can one-hand this. So let's see if I can do this. All right. So there we go. It has been sprayed on. And I can see we've got some good coverage on that decal. So we're going to let this, I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to take care of Odin's off camera. And you can see them both. Okay, and here's both Odin and Solaria. Here's Odin right here. We got some good coverage. That looks good. So now we can just let these sit out here and they can dry off, and it should be dry in about a half hour. So I'll come back, grab them, and slap them back on the fronts of the cases, and we'll see how they look. And there we have it. So I've gotten a facelift done on Solaria and Odin. And, I did them both because, Solaria is actually my project box for doing little things with. But because Odin is the same case and everything, visually they have to match one to the other. So, but it's primarily starting off with Solaria. And so I'm glad I got that done because, having to clean a glossy glass is, it's not a chore, but it can be. But more importantly, that decal down at the bottom, the Colonial Phoenix, I wanted it to last a long time and not peel off on its own. So I went ahead and sprayed that lacquer on there, make sure it was coated nicely, and it looks fantastic. So I'm not going to put extra coats on unless I feel I need to. I do have another project kind of lined up, which I may not do a video on. However, it's regarding a decal of the names of the machines. I have to order more Colonial Phoenix decals to have on hand should I want to use them. And the order, there's going to be extra space on the paper for print, or there's going to be extra vinyl available. And the guy that cuts them, he wants to use up as much of the paper as possible, so he gives you free decals. And I have some here. This one says, "So say we all." The another one says, "Sometimes you have to roll the hard six," which is a line from the show. So I came up with ideas like, I've got those embossed labels. One that says Solaria, one that says Odin. It's like, well, why don't I actually get an actual decal, green, of course, that actually has those names, and it uses the classic Galactica font from the 1970s, which was also used in Blood and Chrome, somewhat by mistake, but not at the same time, because there is a Galactica specific font, and this represents it very well. So if I can get the words as a decal, and then what I'll do is I'll put those right on those on the front of those panels up in the right hand corner, and then I'll go back over it with another coat of the lacquer, which I have right here. So that's the plan. I think he's on vacation right now because I can't seem to put an order in, and he hasn't responded to an email yet. So I think he might be on vacation. I'm going to give him some time before I annoy him a little bit more on that. So, but go ahead and give this video a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you up on the next video. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you later. Skál.